good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to be back with you all for the fourth session of our Dialogues for Design series. Over the last few months, we've really zoomed out to look at global trends and then zoomed back into our own classrooms. Today, we are tackling a topic that is, as I may say, very close to my heart because it's where the magic happens. Moving research out of the university walls and into the hands of the people who need it most. We often talk about research and development or R&D, but there is a real art to taking a brilliant idea from a lab or a dissertation and turning it into a solution that actually changes our lives. Well, I am not doing this alone today, and I am very, very happy to be joined by a good friend and a member of our UDI Alumni Fellows. Ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming in the virtual floor Father Rack Joseph Enriquez, CM from Adamson University. Father Rack, I'm so glad to have you co-moderating with me this afternoon.
Thank you, Beth. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I am Father Rock Joseph Enriquez, a UDI alumnus fellow from Adamson University.
Ayan, I'm excited to have you join us today, Father Rack. But before we get started, just a quick reminder again to everyone to help things run smoothly. If you haven't already, please take a moment to rename yourself on Zoom with your university or HEI initials, followed by your name, of course. Now, if you are having trouble with the settings, no worries. Just drop your school's name or institution's name in the chat so we can acknowledge your institution. So again, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
We also want this to be an interactive as possible. If a question pops into your minds while our guest speaker is speaking, please type it right into the chat box. I'll be keeping an eye on it so we can get to as many as possible during our question and answer portion. And lastly, do stay with us until the end, as I will be sharing, or we will be sharing, the evaluation link so you can claim your certificate of attendance.
That's right, Father Rack. And I think I can speak for both of us when I say we are genuinely excited about our guest for today. Commercialization can sometimes sound like a cold or even a corporate term, but our speaker this afternoon has lived the human side of that journey from a dedicated researcher to a multi-award winning inventor.
It's really an honor to introduce our speaker, who is a professor and administrator of Adamson University. You might know her through her incredible work with Vigormin technology, an innovation that earned her DOST PCI EERD Outstanding Technology Commercialized Innovation Award. She is a scientist, an inventor, and a project manager who understands the real world hurdles and bringing university research to the market. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a virtual welcome to Adamson University's very own Dr. Merlinda Palencia. Dr. Palencia, we are so grateful to have you here to share your journey with us. The floor is yours.
So good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to present an ecology-friendly approach to waste management, an innovation developed from the rigorous research and now successfully translated into a practical commercial solution. I will share how the research-driven solution bridges the gap between environmental responsibility and operational efficiency, offering a viable pathway toward cleaner and more sustainable communities. So our becoming journey presentation has 4 phases. First, on how we started product development in 2009, followed by capability empowerment in 2016, and commercialization in 2020, And lastly, insights on sustainability challenges. Vigormin presents a product that is natural, odor-free, safe, and ecology-friendly waste management solution that is cost-effective. Our advocacy is sustainable environment protection. We focus our marketing efforts on honing care for the country's natural water resources. The Philippines is known as the Pearl of the Orient Seas and a home of natural wonders. And most of us love the natural beauty of our seashores and the freshness of our rivers and lakes. But the greater challenge we face today is sustainability. How long can we preserve pristine natural water resources? What legacy do we pass on to the next generation? If all the wonders of nature are destroyed by our own waste, our pollution, in all forms of waste generated by our daily activities, what will happen to our environment? UN Habitat reported that about 85% of the wastewater generated is released into the environment untreated, and 50% of the total waste pollution comes from untreated domestic wastewater. Current water treatment technologies are capital intensive. Common treatment problems include high operating costs as they are power intensive, need equipment installation, and require skilled labor. Vigormin offers a natural, odor-free, safe, and ecology-friendly wastewater management. It is 100% natural and can address all treatment problems, especially for domestic and septic wastewater. Its application will make water treatment odor-free, cost-effective, and mechanical aeration and its power consumption will be minimized. A simple method that will not require additional equipment or skilled labor. Vigormin can handle shock load and varying pH as the biogenic minerals have buffer effect. Our product development journey has 3 milestones. Academic research that started in 2010 to develop a blend of natural biogenic minerals that can significantly reduce pollution load in the wastewater with technology readiness level of 2. The positive impact of the biogenic mineral for the treatment of domestic wastewater gained support from government agencies for 2 research grants to validate the claims and improve our TRL to level 3 to 4. Another research grant for in situ applications opened the product of new applications and further improve our TRL to 5. So you will notice at academic journey, our TRL just improved from 2 to 5. So the academic research in 2010 actually just focused on the biochemical remediation of the biogenic mineral blend in situ application in Estero de Valete. Estero de Valete is a tributary that is very near Adamson University. Once positive results were obtained, we were granted another research grant for the technology validation and the deployment of field testing of ecology-friendly septic water treatment for temporary shelters in disaster-affected areas. This is in Palol Leyte after they were devastated by Typhoon Yolanda. Then after this, positive results again led to in situ applications. We have 2 research grants for the application of Vigormin in Tourism Island, Boracay, and then in situ remediation in Estero de Paco through the support of the Pasig River Rehabilitation Council. So a series of research from product development to technology validation to in situ application. In this phase, we would like to acknowledge the support that we have, of course, our Adamson University for its unrelentless effort to support our research activities. Also, the UST Fisher, our funding agency, University World Consortium for collaborative research done in Pasig River, and the Pasig River Rehabilitation Networking, and the local governments for in situ application of Vigormin in Palo, Leyte, in Boracay Island, and in the city of Manila. After the development of the product, we go into the journey to technopreneurship. As we have proven the competitive qualities of our biogenic mineral product, capability building of research followed. The Leaders in Innovation Fellowship provided training in entrepreneurship, resource management, and business model for development that equip researchers or academic professor like me with a practical mindset and tools needed to translate research into a viable commercial venture. LIF, or Leaders in Innovation Fellowship, developed in us essential skills that empower us to transition from controlled academic environments to the dynamic demands of the business operation. A strong understanding of the business model provide a structured framework for converting a research innovation into a sustainable enterprise. Securing intellectual property or IP is also a critical step as it transforms a research output into a protected, marketable asset. Establish legal ownership and exclusive rights over the innovation, thus preventing unauthorized use, replication, or commercialization by competitors. Secured IP also enhances commercial value and investors' confidence. After the development of the researcher's entrepreneurial capabilities and transforming the product into an IP-protected marketable asset, this phase received a grant for the setup of a manufacturing plant. Our technopreneurship partners expanded the wind beneath our wings, the bridge the gap between the theory and practice, not only to generate knowledge, but also to deploy it effectively into the market, thereby enhancing societal impact, ensuring scalability, and supporting the long-term sustainability of the innovation. Our network of support expanded and included other DOST agencies. Before, it is just a strong support from Adamson University and DOST shared. Now, for the technopreneurship, we were supported by DOST TAPI and other agencies like the iFulfill for the IP management. We also have partners, international partners from the Royal Academy of Engineering through the UK Newton Fund, which supported the Leaders in Innovation Fellowship and supported our training in the Royal Academy of Engineering and Asian Institute of Management. After this phase, Vigormin mineral blend, the Vigormin now is known as the effective natural mineral blend for wastewater treatment. It improves significantly the characteristic of the domestic wastewater and reduces TSS, decreases BOD and COD, minimizes phosphate, nitrates, and ammonia in wastewater. The effect of its application can be seen and shown as the physical comparison of the quality of water before and after application. The first set of picture is actually for septic water. The brown is from chamber 1, whereas the clear water is from the last chamber or chamber 3 of what we call ecology treatment of septic water. The second picture is from a canal. So the black water is the characteristic of the water in the canal in front of a hotel in the province. And then after treating with Vigormin in just 2 hours, the black canal will be turned into this one. After 4 hours, the water becomes more clear. This picture was taken during the groundbreaking of the pilot plant. This is very important to us because it represents the partnership among academicians, as represented by Adamson University faculty and administrators, the government agencies like DOST Shared, DOST TAPI, and the local government of Tanawan City, and potential industry partners of some Adamson alumni. So here we can see that no technopreneur can survive alone. We need as much support from all sectors of our society. The collaboration and support from the same partners were evidently felt during the inauguration of the Vigormin manufacturing plant after 1 year. So the same people were present. Only here we can see the secretary and undersecretary of the UST, and together with the president of Adamson University, the faculty, the students, and the local government of city of Tanawan. A happy day indeed for the realization of a dream. So from the technopreneurial phase, we go now into the commercialization stage. The completion of the pilot plant set the stage for commercialization. The spin-off company is registered at the Securities and Exchange Commission under a corporate name, Envigor Natural Products Manufacturing Incorporated in 2018. As the pilot plant operation is being standardized, market validation were conducted. Market validation confirms that Vigormin truly solves the problem on wastewater pollution and whether the group of customers are willing to pay for it. Market validation, it reduces business risk, ensures product market fit, supports better decision-making and resource allocation, and strengthens credibility with investors and partners. After strategic choices in pricing, production scale, marketing, and distribution were set, commercialization of Vigormin production started in January 2020 with the registration of Envigor as a pioneering company at the Board of Investment, thereby granting us what we call 6-year income tax holiday. Our business partners remains the same. However, they still continue to expand. So from the original partners, we have now SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, the Department of Trade and Industry, the Board of Investment, to determine the legal incentives and legal identity of the company. Industrial and commercial partners are also involved because we are now introducing the product for industrial application. Local governments are also our partner because they are the one monitoring the application of Vigormin for domestic wastewater, particularly in public service areas or public establishments and residential establishments. So from your journey of product development wherein you only have 3 partners, as you go on to the commercialization stage, your partners, collaborators, and supporters are really expanding. So here is our manufacturing company entitled or named as Envigor Natural Product Manufacturing Incorporated, the first spin-off company of Adamson University. The vision is to be the preferred provider of ecology-friendly and sustainable technologies for environment protection and resource conservation. Our mission is to promote responsibility and accountability in waste management in all sectors of society, from household to small, medium-scale enterprises to industries, promote sustainable environment protection and resource conservation, and uphold reduction, recycling, and reuse of waste. At present, we are proud to say that our product is Gawang Pinoy para sa Pinoy, and we have 2 variants. Variant 1, we call Vigormin V1, is for wastewater application, and Vigormin V2 is solid waste management. They have somehow several similar types of components, but different blending composition depending on the application. So our product now has different distribution channels. We have distributors in some regions, and we have also a retail distributor which manages the availability of a products on online marketing. So it is available through Shopee and Lazada and in some selected supermarkets. So the key here is we try to maximize as much as possible the market penetration and the application of Vigormin towards environmental protection. So our humble success are inspired or triggered by the following factors. We have continuous networking with end users. We try to make our distribution network as efficient as possible. Marketing and application is a collaborative effort towards effective waste management and efficient waste management. And then technical support on the treatment applications. We provide technical support to the pollution control officers and to the one operating the what we call wastewater treatment facilities. Collaborative efforts towards sustainable environmental protection and freshwater conservation. As you will see here, all efforts are towards environmental protection and natural resource conservation, particularly our very limited water resources. We continuously develop our product. We participate actively in exhibits in environment protection and end user fora. And we participate in the technology presentation in the UST, DNR, and different LGU and conferences for product presentation and environmental concerns. So this is one partner that we are able to have the support of the Globe Telecom Philippines, which supported the application of Vigomin in the different households in Boracay, particularly the Ate village in Boracay. So Globe Philippines purchased a lot of our product and distribute it for free to the Boracay residents. I think this is just before the pandemic. Another good thing about Vigomin is the development of what we call support technology. Before, the technology for the treatment of septic water is just a septic system with 3 chambers. But as you know, we have very strict compliance to the DNR DOUT 21. So DOUT 2021, which has 9 parameters that you need to comply with. So we developed what we call modular, ecology-friendly domestic wastewater treatment, which is very applicable for communities and micro, small, medium-scale enterprises. MEDO, as we call it, treats wastewater sustainably and reuse water for or community garden. So you will notice here, the black box here is the MEDO design. It is about 7 chambers. And then the white boxes are the traditional septic tank of the houses. One septic tank is servicing 2 to 3 households. So the septic tank, the first chamber of the septic tank were connected to a main line and directed to the treatment of the meadow. And the treated water is directed now through what we call a drip irrigation to the garden. So this is Paulo, my assistant then in Boracay. And he's handling the effluent, which is to be subjected for quality in Manila, quality analysis in Manila. And you would see our garden. The soil is very dry, and yet we have good eggplants here. No, it's now we have a fruit of an eggplant. Even if the soil, you know naman, Boracay is sandy. No, Boracay nga, di ba? Sand. And then the quality of soil is not really that good. It's not really that good. But because of the use of fertigation, the treated wastewater is directed 2 to 3 feet underneath the soil so that it is directed directly towards the root of the plants. And it becomes a natural application of fertilizer to the garden of the community. So Vigomin V1 is actually ideal for food processing industry, for wines and liquor and different processing. It is also used for agribusiness like poultry and different poultry and piggery to minimize odor and handle their wastewater. Now this one is V2. V2 is very ideal for the reduction of ammonia in poultry and neutralizing the odor and controlling the population of fly in the poultry. And lower part here is a picture of this is a fish kill in Taal Lake. Taal Lake, before the eruption of Taal volcano, the people there are experiencing a lot of fish kill, and they cannot just bury 12 tons of dead fishes without the application of V2 because the odor is really very strong. But according to them, after we apply V2, we apply 10 sacks for 120 tons of dead fishes. And then after we cover it with soil, the odor is neutralized and they will not even notice that there is a pit of dead fishes nearby the community. So as you will know, most of us are academicians, and the challenges of going into tech entrepreneurship or going into technopreneurship is it's really a big challenge for all of us. And then the phases of challenges that we need to face are like personal and professional life balance. You have to take care of your home, manage your family, at the same time manage your business. And to be able to handle this, we need very strong family support, and you have to have good time management. We balance life, no? We balance it. You do not focus 100% all our time for the business, but you balance life because anyway, by everything that you do is for your family, similarly. And then for building market access, this is very challenging, especially to women, because at times we have limited market network. This is handled, or I have a very good support on this challenge by PSHERD, TAPI, and DOST provincial and science technology offices. I participate actively in all the fora, as much as possible, all fora and seminars of DOST to be able to promote our product and create what we call brand awareness and promote the utilization of VigorMin for sustainable and ecology-friendly waste management. Also, promote what we call fertigation or reuse of treated water. At times, you will say we don't have business mentors, we don't have advisors. That is not true today because DOST, DTI, iFulfill, and the different incubators are supporting technopreneurs. During my time, this is really a challenge, but I believe now this is not anymore a challenge. During my time, I was the first batch of researchers who are going to be developed into technopreneurs. So this challenge I was able to handle through the Leaders in Innovation Fellowship. The partnership of Royal Academy of Engineering and the Asian Institute of Management developed in us the necessary competencies and skills to be good business managers. It provided holistic view of what business is, because at times researchers or innovators or scientists fell in love so much with the product or with the output of their research, not knowing or not at least not balancing their efforts towards the development for a business. Business means profit. So technopreneurship is making research into a product and making profit. So all of these skills and necessary competencies will be developed by your support group in the different incubation hubs, also by your ITSUS, and also now you can approach DOST, DTI, DOI to give you the necessary training and seminar for the development of your business skills. At times, we have the fear of failure, the fear of risk, the fear of uncertainties and unforeseen circumstances. But take note, my dear participants, my dear innovators, my co-innovators, my dear co-researchers, all of what we're doing must be purpose-driven. If you have a clear mind of your objective, of what you want to achieve for the country, to be able to serve God through to give glory to God through your mind, through your innovation, through your skills, then that becomes a purpose-driven objective. And with your purpose-driven objective, you will be able to conquer fear, and you will try and try again until you succeed. So especially women, we have to show our drive and passion so that your partners will believe in us, and then they will be able to support us all throughout the journey and be part of our success in the later end of the journey. So VigorMin, I said, I quote, this is my favorite quote for technopreneurship. We never dream about success. We always work for it. And success is a journey. It is always a journey, a never-ending journey, because success leads to another success for God and for country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mel. I can see my co-moderator, Father Rock. Are you here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was a very nice
Yes.
presentation.
That's right.
Dr.
Very engaging presentation. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Mel. It's so inspiring to see how a project can evolve from a concept into something that touches lives so directly. It really grounds the theory in practice. Dr. Mel, I can relate to what you mentioned on the one of the many benefits of Vigor Min when because I am from Batangas. And you mentioned about the tons and tons of dead fish, which cannot be, just be buried right away. And thank you very much to Vigor Min because the residents nearby the Taal Lake
Yeah,
did not suffer from the ridiculously bad odor from those dead fish from
yeah,
the lake.
yeah.
I think we have some great questions coming in through the chat. There were also some questions which were sent to us privately. Father Rak, can we start with the first question?
Okay, thank you, Mambeth. Doc Mel,
My
you
pleasure.
started from the problem of water pollution, which in fact we have seen that especially in big cities like Manila. Was there a specific moment or a particular aha moment in the lab where you realized Vigor Min was more than just a research paper, but a product that had to be brought to market?
Thank you, Father. Actually, as most professors, when we do research, it is just for compliance because as a professor, you should do research. But the aha moment actually comes from the urgency because Adamson is divided by Estero de Balete. Uh, so we are suffering from the very strong odor. Every time we pass through our bridge, we are suffering from that odor. So the need to address that odor inspired me to create a product which is natural and ecology friendly. So we cannot use chemicals for the treatment of our natural resources or natural treasures because chemicals can lead to another problem. So if we want to treat nature, it has to be natural. So the aha moment there is when I was able to test. A friend brought me some because I was looking for biogenic minerals. So she brought me some materials, and then we tried to experiment using the wastewater in our STP. Yeah, we have a wastewater treatment in Adamson University. So when we try the effectiveness of our concoction or our blend in the wastewater, the raw wastewater from the septic tank, and we saw how fast it reacted, that becomes our trigger, that our eureka, this is it. We need to polish this, we need to try several blend to determine which one is the most effective and the most economical so that we can actually what we're hoping then is not to commercialize. During my time, commercialization of a research is something not yet ako nga yung guinea pig eh. According to the UST, I am the guinea pig of technopreneurship. Is during my time, research lang for publication, not yet for commercialization. But then through the training, then you become inspired to do more and commercialize to be able to help our natural resources. I
Wow.
hope I answered the question.
I think there is a question here, Beth,
In the chat, yeah, I
in the
saw
chat.
another question in the chat box. Allow me to read it po.
Yeah.
This is from Nathaniel Pope Concha. Dr. Mel, the question is, how does the application of the product address the continuous environmental stressors on the coastal and inland waterways around the Navotas Waste Management Facility?
Thank you for that. I do believe personally, you do not treat the receiving body of water. You treat the source of pollution. So what we are trying to create awareness to our ko-Pilipino, mga kapwa Pilipino natin. Ang paglilinis ng nadumihang tubig sa bahay mo, hindi dun sa ilog. Because imagine, even if I will treat the entire Pasig River, but every houses will continue to release untreated water. That treatment becomes unsustainable, di ba? Hindi siya sustainable kasi naglilinis ako, nagdudumi kayo. Kailangan para maging malinis ang mga inland water like Esteros, Pasig River, Manila Bay, Laguna de Bay, the treatment should become at the source. I-treat natin lahat, ang ating septic tank, ang ating mga dumihang tubig, para paglabas sa kanal, malinis siya. Yung dadating sa ilog, malinis din. Hindi yung pilitin natin linisin ng ilog, pero patuloy naman tayong nagdudumi. So really, the challenge of natural water resource protection and conservation is really very big because we do not have that kind of attitude na nadumihan ko, kailangang linisin ko. Kinuha ko ng malinis ang tubig na natural, ibabalik ko ba ng napakadumi sa environment? So kailangan natin yung ganong thinking na ma-inculcate natin sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino kahit bata pa, mas maganda na nadumihan ko, linisin ko. It is useless to treat Manila Bay, Pasig River, different esteros if we will not treat our own wastewater. Tayo ang nagdudumi eh. May natural na tubig naman ng mga ilog, dagat eh. Ang mga estero may sariling tubig yan. Kaya lang niya nadumihan, tayo ang nag-release ng maduduming tubig. So our advocacy is really to create awareness. Kaya masipag po kami pumunta sa lahat ng klase ng seminar, fora, DNR, DOST, just to be able to convince our kapwa Pilipino. Sasabihin natin minsan, bakit sa Japan, ang linis ng kanilang mga ilog, malinis ang kanilang mga kanal, hindi po sila nagtatapon dun eh. Malinis ang kanilang tubig na inilalagay sa kanal. So kailangan gawin din natin yon. Malinis na tubig ang ilalagay sa kanal para ang ating mga ilog ay mabubuhay at sila ay magiging malinis din. So treatment should be at source, not at the receiving body of water, to make it sustainable.
Thank you po, Dr. Mel. I wish mag-multiply pa ang katulad ni Dr. Mel. Who knows?
Kayo
Yung
po,
mga nandito po sa Zoom. Yan,
kayo
tayo.
yan.
Opo, tayong more than 400 plus po tayong nandito sa
tayo
Zoom.
yan.
Sana
Tayo
tatawagin ko siyang virus, pero good virus. Ma-virus tayo kung gaano ka-passionate yung ma-virus tayo ni Dr. Mel kung gaano siya ka-passionate about what she is doing. Thank you po, Dr. Mel. I think we have another question, Father Rock.
Yeah, Doc Mel, you highlighted the support of Adamson University and DOST P-Shared as the wind beneath your wings. For faculty members and at our institution at Adamson University, with fewer resources, for example, for other institutions with fewer resources, what are the first 3 practical steps they should take to start their own journey to innovation?
Thank you, Father. Mga kapwa ko mananiliksik, my dear fellow academicians, researchers, so even ang science po kasi nagsisimula yan sa problema. So hindi natin kailangan ng napaka-highly polluting scientific innovation, creating rockets to the Mars para sa Pilipinas. Nagsisimula po tayo sa problema sa ating paligid. Kung ano po yung nakikita niyo problema sa paligid, iisip po tayo ng solusyon para siya ay kikita. Kailangan solusyon, nakikita. Kasi para technopreneurship. So, at the onset, honestly, minsan hindi mo naman inisip nakikita agad yan eh. May passion ka lang na, maganda to, gagawin ko to, na-solve pala niya, maganda to, diretso lang. At later on, dahil na tayo sa era of what they call industry revolution, we really want to encourage the young professionals, the young professors, the young engineers, the young people particularly, to think and innovate to be able to solve a problem. It must solve a problem first. So to be able to follow the technopreneurship, look around. A problem is an opportunity. You see a problem as an opportunity. Then once you're able to identify the problem and create a possible opportunity, do not lose heart. Diretso lang, create pa. Pagandahin mo pa. Because once you're able to prove that your solution is viable, is effective, other government agencies will support us, will support you. I have experienced the support of DOST. Napakadali po dong humingi ng suporta basta totoo yung solusyon na pinipresent natin. The university is an important pillar to technopreneurship. Kasi po ang mga professors na katulad ko, hindi man kami maglalakas loob kung yung aming universidad ay ayaw kaming tulungang mag-research. Sasabihin ng universidad, ay magturo ka na lang, wag ka na lang mag-research. E paano na yon, di ba? O kaya mag-research ka pero walang deloading. I am just so blessed. Adamson University, just like other universities, are very supportive. Every effort is supported by equivalent time, given equivalent incentive. May time, you are given time to research and be given opportunity to explore potential solution to a prevalent problem. So kailangan lang hanap ng solusyon, hanap ng problema, gawa ng solusyon. And then once your product or your idea is viable, madali na po ang support. Just have the courage to present it to your university, to DOST, to DTI, to CHED. Madami pong government agencies ngayon na nagsusuporta. Hindi ko tulad nung namin, wala pa nun eh. Pero ngayon, madami na. May incubation hub, may ITSU, may EDUNES, mayroon tinatawag na Technology Incubation Hub. So madami na po. Ang simula lang talaga is try to find a problem with a viable solution. At doon na po magsisimula lahat. When I started, I'm already about 50 years old. Tinuloy ko lang po ito just to be able to inspire the young people, to challenge the young people like you. If I am this age and I can do it, what more? You are younger. You are more capable. Magagaling kayo sa computer, sa technology. You have all the resources at your hand. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Ayan. Thank you for those encouraging words, Dr. Mel. If Dr. Mel can do it, mas kaya daw natin o mas kaya pa
Yes.
ng mga mas bata pa sa atin.
Yes.
Ayan. Dr. Mel, you mentioned that building market access, this is another, I'm leading to the next question po. You mentioned that building market access is often more challenging for women like us. What
Yes.
advice can you give for female researchers who are here in Zoom today, who are watching you, who are watching us today, who might be feeling the same timidity or diffidence that you noted in your slides earlier?
Yeah. So sa ating pong mga kababayan, you just believe in yourself. Kasi kung tayo hindi naniniwala sa sarili natin, eh mahirap ang maniwala yung iba. And then get out of your shell. Kailangan medyo aktibo tayo. Kung hindi tayo mahiling magsalita, kung magte-technopreneurship ka, kailangan marunong ka ng you have to deal with people. You have to convince them that your product is viable solution, that your product is the alternative solution, that your product is competitive, that your product will serve the nation. Parang ganon. So kailangan po ma-develop din yung communication skills. But believe me, once you're able into step, di ba, product development stage, pag nandun ka na sa technopreneurship stage, people will develop you as they develop me. No? DOST, I really very proud of DOST. They have a lot of seminar to develop identified viable products. Ipapakita nyo lang po sa DOST, sa DTI, na ito yung product ko, malaki ang potential nito. And they will help you. Ang kailangan lang po natin, kasi ako engineer. So, hindi po ako mahihain. Hindi po ako mahihain. Kasi ang upbringing namin sa Adamson, pag engineer ka at babae ka, mahihain ka, magpalit ka ng course. Hindi ka pwedeng engineer kung ikaw ay mahihain. So kami noon, mga palaban kami. Otherwise, sasabihin ng professor namin, you shift course, you are not for engineering. So kami, madadaldal po kami. So ganun po sana na yung ma-convince natin yung ibang tao. Para ma-convince natin ang ibang tao, kailangan ma-convince din natin yung sarili na kaya natin. Kaya natin to. Sa panahon naman ngayon, I think the women are empowered. At times nga, sabi nila, more empowered ang women kaysa men. Father, sorry ha. Kasi daw yung men nakikinig sa women, especially if they're married. Anyway, so I think that challenge now is not very strong today, especially with the young people. They are very vocal. They express themselves well. Uh, they only need to do the necessary marketing skills because talking and marketing are two different thing, no? So they only need to be honed, or they will be developed into the proper marketing technopreneurial skills, and the training is here. The training is available. You only need to apply. The training is available. You only need to apply.
Okay. So one thing is for sure, according to Dr. Mel, there are trainings available. Kaya
Yes.
lang mukhang kulang po yung applicants for the training. Tama? Ayan. So hanap tayo, explore natin what are
Yes.
those trainings available, and let's not have second thoughts. Apply
Yes.
na agad. O apply na agad, and who knows, baka ma-qualify kayo to undergo that training. And si Dr. Mel din na may sabi that you just have to prove, if you have something in mind, if you have a product, you just have to prove to DOST that this is really helpful. This is really beneficial, will really give benefit to the Filipino community in general. And
Yeah.
DOST, DT, and other government agency are
Will
more
help.
than willing to support. And I think, Dr. Mel, I have to commend also on a personal note, I have to commend also Adamson University, because yes, you are lucky. You mentioned you are lucky
Yeah.
because the university is supporting your efforts. Kumbaga,
Yes.
yan yung inyong wind, the wind beneath your wings,
Beneath my
ika nga. So very lucky. And I'm sure there are also other universities out there who are just equally supportive, just like Adamson
Yes.
University. Maybe just waiting from their researchers, from their faculty, or even student researchers to come up with a bright idea for them to, support this works or research works. I think wala na po tayong question, but I have one last question, but I will be reserving it because I saw one comment here asking po, Dr. Mel, if your slides daw, if the deck will be available for sharing to our participants. Are you willing to share this, or baka po may mga ito-tweak pa kayo before?
Pwede namang i-share, but I need to cut it into a shorter version. I will forward it to
Organizers.
Father Rock. I will make a
Okay.
PDF file because the pictures at times are, alam mo naman ngayon, may mga private space, I will
Yes,
remove the
yes.
pictures because I have to ask permission from the persons in the pictures before I can post them.
And there are
Wow.
hundreds of people in the picture.
So that's why I have to remove the pictures.
So, okay, to our dear participants, don't worry. Dr. Mel will just have it revised or refined, and then expect that it will be shared to you.
Yes.
Okay? So, I'll go straight to the last comment or question po, Dr. Mel. You quoted in Estee Lauder saying that success is worked for and not dreamt about. Could you share one specific failure, if you have any, during your technology validation phase, maybe during
Yes.
2012, 2013, that actually led to a better final product?
Actually, when on our first version, the first blend was presented, and then the first blend was applicable only for domestic. When we try it for industrial waste, it doesn't work well. Not really doesn't work well, but you see there are 9 parameters. But to be able to treat wastewater, there are 9 parameters. The first blend can only address DOD, TSS, pH. When the Dow 2021 was released, there are already 9 and lower parameters. So when they changed the regulation on the minimum requirement for the quality of wastewater, we have to reformulate our product because otherwise it will fail and it will not satisfy the requirements of our clients. So that realization that we need to adjust, we need to pivot, we need to change some of the we have to change some of the composition, change the blend, to be able to address all the parameters. The challenge lead us to create V2 and at the same time improve V1. Before we just call it biogenic minerals, but because of the challenges ahead, we were able to create V2 and V1. And we're now trying to determine, or we're trying to make a formulation for nanotechnology materials.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Mel. By the way, everyone, I don't think you still need to wait for the presentation because the recorded session today will be made available in the website of the University Design Institute sometime next week. So make sure to follow us and to check the website of UDI for you to be able to access all the recorded sessions. Someone is asking also about the e-certificates. Yes, we will be giving e-certificates. We will be sharing with you the announcement about that. Anyway, Dr. Mel, that was such an eye-opening session. I think you have given us all a lot to process this afternoon. But before we move into our final segment, I'd like to ask you to leave our audience with one practical takeaway. If our participants can do just one thing differently in their research approach, perhaps starting tomorrow or starting after this afternoon session, one small shift to make their work more real world ready, what would you want that to be?
Our research must be purpose driven. When we say purpose driven, it must be able to solve a very serious problem, because every problem is an opportunity. I would like to encourage you to do away with research that will end up in the library. So publication is good, but innovation is much better. So we do publication, but please give more serious effort to innovation that will lead to commercialization. Kaya natin to. Ang pag-asa ng Pilipinas, nasa Pilipino. Kayo po ang pag-asa ng bayan.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yes. Publication is good, but innovation is better. Father Rock, you want to say something?
That is such a powerful reminder for all of us, Doc Mel. Thank you for that. And in recognition of everything you've shared with our community of practice today, we are so honored to present this certificate of appreciation to you.
Okay, we will be presenting a certificate of appreciation to, of
Thank
course,
you.
our speaker, Dr. Merlinda Palencia. As you can see on the screen, this is in sincere gratitude for your contribution and for pushing us to think more deeply about how our work can truly serve the public. Thank you again for your passion and for being such an inspiration to the Philippine academic community. Of course, we also would like to give a certificate of appreciation to my co-moderator for this afternoon, Father Rock Joseph Enriquez, CM. Thank you very much, Father Rock, for joining us today. Our conversation doesn't end here. We'd love to see you again for our next session this coming May 13, same time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So keep an eye on your inbox, everyone, and our social media pages, because we will be opening the registration for the next series very soon.
Yeah, and please don't forget to click the evaluation link in the chat right now. Your feedback helps CoLab UDI make these sessions even better. Once you submit, your certificate will head straight to your emails.
Okay, you can scan the QR code on screen or you can click the link in the chat box. Remember, this is a monthly journey. We hope you'll join us again next month as we continue to explore fresh ideas with another exciting session. And don't forget to follow the University Design Institute on Facebook and in LinkedIn to stay in the loop. On behalf of the whole CoLab UDI team, a huge thank you to everyone. Of course, to our phenomenal speaker, Dr. Merlinda Palencia, to my
Thank you.
co-moderator and a UDI alumni fellow, Father Rock, and to all of you for spending your afternoon with us. Let's keep designing a brighter future for Philippine higher education. See you in the next session. Mabuhay, everyone. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mel.